Good morning,
Hello, hello.
support. I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday morning. I've already had so many things done this morning and last night, I have to say. Stuart and I sat down and finished our bookkeeping for September. Wrapped up this first quarter of the year, I believe best quarter so far in business. So
Yay.
you guys would know sis through me, but those of you that don't know, Francesca Moi wrote a book with me about November last year. Follow me, and then wrote her second book,
Yes.
uh, which we co-authored, called Bums on Seats. And I thought it would be fitting this morning to have a bit of a chat with her on some of the strategies. I've already been talking to Facebook Live about what we're going to talk about, but it was important that we brought this topic because we started thinking about it before today, and it's called the fastest way to cash in business. And we're getting a lot of love hearts on Facebook Live, so I'm just going to try to monitor the questions box in the comments that are coming across in both screens. I've got a hello, Elaine. Great to have you on the call, and I'm sure you guys can see the PowerPoint and you can see our videos happening. And sorry if I'm looking down because I'm trying to check the Facebook Live as well. Okay, so fastest way in cash in business. I even wrote a book about this called The 1,000 Days to $1 Million Coaching Business from Home, just basically talking about the strategies and what I did in those 1,000 days. And Sis, whom you would have seen me travel Europe around with a month ago, not even a month ago, we were in Europe. She grew,
Tomorrow and months. Oh my goodness.
I know, six figures in the first 12 months, and you're almost celebrating your second year in business, your second full year.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Well, yeah, we
I think we have a little bit of a delay. So that's okay. We'll deal with it. She's looking forward to it. Okay, so we thought we discussed this. We met on Thursday night at 8 p.m. and we discussed about coming together and doing the coffee chat. She often features in our coffee chats once every couple of months with some of her goals and
yeah.
her insights. And I thought, okay, well, let's talk to these guys. Are there some common patterns that we have followed that have gotten us the
Mm.
fastest way to cash in business? Because cash is the bloodline of our business, and it's so important to have it in order to grow and scale and to be able to take things to the next level, but also to make it viable so you don't have to go back to a day job. All right, so sis, let's
Absolutely.
deal. So why don't you start? I'm going to put the first point here. Learn how to grow a business. The sales, marketing, and mindset are key. So you had a different way of going about it because obviously you started at zero. We all started zero, kind of with not much. Both of
Yeah.
us didn't have many resources aside from, well, I had a 3 day job income. But you tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I was a little bit crazy. I just decided that I wanted to be all in. I wanted to be a life coach and I just wanted to make it work. So what I did, I just left my job and I didn't look back. And I was like, I am by myself in Australia on the other side of the world. I have to make this work. So I was very committed on making it work. And a lot of the time, they do say that in business, when you have no other choice, you just push yourself to the impossible. So that's what I did. And it was really cool because I started a meetup group and I started to have a community and I realized the power of creating that network around you. And that's how I started. So I started to go around to find a way to do other courses and I would not be able to do it if I didn't have a network around me. So what I did every time I was going out there to networking events, I was gathering information, gathering people to go together to my coaches courses. So I will bring them people and I will do the courses in exchange. So I used to say I'd do the courses for free, but obviously it wasn't for free. I was working a lot to fill up their rooms so that I could have a seat in the room as well. So it was working for value. But in from September to December 2014, I did $34,000 worth of courses, and I didn't pay for them cash. I paid by giving something that they wanted. So
Yeah.
it's really cool how a lot of time people say I don't have money to invest in a course, or that those are excuses because I didn't have money and I was by myself on the other side of the world. But I always find a way if I want something bad enough, and learning from people that have been there and have done it for me was priceless. So the things that I learned in those 3 months, I will never forget. I put them all into practice, and we're going to go into that later. But it was my way to make this work, and it was really exciting because I was able to be seen from the coaches as like a person of influence, because I will help them fill up the room. So it's really exciting.
Beautiful. So so that's a different strategy to what I did, and it's a very clever one in the beginning of when you don't have the resources and the cash flow to do what you need to do to get your business going. Because at the beginning we really have no idea about what it takes to grow our own business, and actually we need more of
No.
an MBA than the expertise skill that we're learning. So I think anyone can get great at what they're, how they help people, but to get to help those people, and that is to have the opportunity to serve, I believe it's, that's where sales and marketing comes into it. Luckily, when I started out, I invested in a $15,000 course, which I was always on everything that I did in my first 2 years, and similar to you. So you invested your time and energy and resources, not resources, your energy, and you gave value by assisting others in growing their businesses, and vice versa.
Yes.
Your kickback was for you to learn from them and to be their client and to sit in on their courses and get the education where you didn't have to exchange money, but you exchanged value. Second thing
Yes.
Second thing is that myself, I didn't do that because I didn't even think of that strategy. But I knew that I had to invest in my own coach and mentor to begin with. First of all, I enrolled into the course, which also had quite a lot of marketing and sales education within, say, the coaching qualifications, which was great, positive and benefit of it. Secondly, was I hired my own coach one-on-one 3 months into the journey, and then I also went and did a marketing masterclass. So in those first 12 months, I think that there was investments added up to about $30,000. And as I said, that wasn't the fastest way to obviously, it was, I gave out a lot of money to earn a lot of money, to start earning it, because I needed to learn as quickly as possible all the shortcuts to get the business to the next level. I decided, payment plans were the way to go, so that I could maintain and sustain my life, at home. So I've got here, Karen says, hey, lady, thank you so much for the gems you're sharing with me. I have learned so much from you both. Thank you for your generosity. Cool.
So what you were saying is exactly right. And before I came up with that strategy, I actually did 2 courses, and one was in Italy. Well, I did a lot of courses in Italy before I came back to Australia, and I paid for all of them. So I did 13 courses on mindset before I came back to Australia, and I had to invest. I paid with that. With my credit card. So my credit card in Italy grew in debt so high, but I had to do it because I wanted to learn all those skills. And then the second one that I did was a property investing course, and it was $6,000, and I didn't have the $6,000. And you would say, oh, that is a waste of time or money because you're not investing in property yet. But actually, that course taught me so much about business and about running events, because they were running events for 300 people. So I saw how they were marketing that, I saw how they were running it, and I got so many ideas for what I do now. So I do believe that a lot of the time people are so afraid of investing in things because they think they're not going to get anything out of it. But I think it's up to us what we get from a course. So I think we can learn from any course. You can learn something, and those $6,000 were more than worth it. Even if I didn't make my return on investment on properties, on what they were teaching me, I made it, 5 times more in what I'm doing now, because it gave me so many ideas.
Yeah, yeah. So mindset is crucial, I believe, because you're going to go through so many ups and downs where
Oh,
things are not working, or there's just no clients anywhere that, to be seen. But I believe it's mindset is the first thing that I actually worked with my own mentor. I think the first 10 months, all we did was that before we could get into real strategies and things like that, because it was like I had
mm,
to get myself out of the way before I could help other people, which was key. So if I had to pick the three areas to really go delve deep in, is how do I market myself, how do I get over myself, and how do I sell so that I'm adding value to other people. So what Francesca is saying
absolutely.
is figure out what other people want and give it to them, whether it's in you getting your education covered because you're helping someone else get more clients. We're very honest to say as well that Francesca doing the author retreat last year, a lot of it has been funded because she has helped me get a lot more clients into my business as well. So it's a win-win strategy. So that moves us right into the next point. Like you said, a lot of people are scared that if they invest in this course, it's not going to, it's not going to work for me or whatever. But what I have found is that our second strategy for both of us has been that do what the courses and the mentors prescribe, because
Yeah.
so many people go and learn and then go do it their own way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't put your own spin on it, but number one, I have always done is got listened to my coach and mentor, gone on the course or whichever training there was, and first thing that I did is always how they said it, almost to the T of what they've advised me what I had to do. Anything else over and above that, it was my own extra work. So I always did a homework that my mentor or the course prescribes as they prescribe it, and then I do my own creative things that I would like to try out myself. So, what about yourself? Well,
Yeah.
how do you did you treat the learning that you received?
Look, especially in the courses in the marketing or with my business coach, whatever they were saying for me was like gold. So I would say, all right, so I'll do this and this and this, and I would just do it and then go and try it. And then after I nailed it and after I got the results, I would say, okay, maybe this, what I did here, I wasn't really felt comfortable because maybe that's not me. Now that I found that it works, I'm going to tweak it and make it a little bit more me, and then you'll try and test it. But what was important is that all the courses that I did, my mentors were saying you're the best student, and at school I was not the best student. I was awful.
Yeah.
It's just that I love this stuff so much. I love my business so much that I do want to make it work. So why would I change something that they teach me? I just do what they say, and I just the point was not just doing it once, because that's what, I did it once and then I saw that it didn't really work. So I went back into the notes and say, oh, I did this, but I didn't do this bit. So I would do it again and adding that bit, and I would do it again, believing in it as well, because a lot of the time, like at the beginning of that property course, I did try to do some investment in property, but I didn't believe it. I didn't believe I could do it. I didn't believe it was for me. I didn't believe I had the skills. I didn't believe people would come and actually buy a property from me, because look at I didn't believe in myself. So the point was, property probably wasn't for me, but I didn't even give it a real go. I didn't try. So then when I did start to try properly, when I did marketing courses and sales, and when I had my business coach, then yes, it did work because I put things into practice, and I followed the instruction, which is not really me. I don't like to follow instructions.
And that's great because that's a great point that you make, because not everything your mentor in the course prescribes is going to be the winning formula for yourself, but you have to give it a go
No.
consistently and to follow through, because the mentors and the courses are there to tweak your journey. They don't
Mm.
define it fully, but they're there to make you avoid so many silly mistakes that we can often make, and it takes so much longer to get to the success in business. I have a couple of people in mind that I have come across in my journey. They've been in business for a very, very long time, but kind of plateaued at a certain point. And then, they're still remaining in business, but they have never learned or invested in anyone. And it took them probably like 7 years to get to a six-figure business. So it's so crucial that we do what our mentors prescribe, but also know that they don't have all the answers. They have some great answers and great prescriptions, if you like, and that's why they should be followed. I think there's a famous quote out there that says, if you go out there and what you do doesn't work, go back and do what your coach told you or your mentor told you, because it's true. So many people, you'll tell them, do this, this, and this, and then they'll go off and go, oh, yeah, but that didn't sit right with me. Yeah, I think I'm going to adjust it like this. It's not me. They're not telling you to do something because they don't think it's going to work. They tell you most likely because they can see and be the person from the outside that can see, like, what are you trying to sell? Because my biggest mistake was in the beginning, I was trying to sell the needs. Oh, people need mindset. People need, resources. This is around the weight loss, I'll give them support. And my coach said, Nat, are those needs or wants? And he goes, so what are the differences between needs and wants? And I go, and then I'll just like look at him, and he goes, well, people want to lose 5 kilos in 3 minutes while they eat chocolate. That's what they want. And go, okay, yeah, I get it. But it actually didn't. It took me 15 months of working with this coach and mentor because the penny wasn't ready to drop for me to get from this need to want world. So once I understood how to differentiate what people need versus what they want in any niche, then I started to really get what marketing was about and and how to hook people in to be able to get them to say yes, to progress on the journey so I can properly help them. Yeah.
Yeah. And consistency, like you said before, it's key. People a lot of time try something once and they say, meetup. That everyone tells me, they come to my course and they say, I try meetup before, it doesn't work. I'm like, well, obviously you didn't have the right strategy and obviously you were not consistent enough. So you can't. People a lot of the time give up very soon and very quickly. And it's not that it doesn't work for you. If it works for one person, it can work for everyone. You just have to find the right strategy and the right shortcuts and the right consistency to just make it work. I don't see it as it didn't work for me. That's for me, I don't accept that. And I don't accept that for me as well. So if I see someone succeeding, like I see my idol is Tony Robbins, and I see him putting 3,000 people, 10,000 people after 17 years of business, paying $5,000, $6,000 each. Why can I not do it? He's got a strategy. He did it, and it's possible for everyone. So I'm going for that.
Yeah, of course. And even though some people might say, oh, but he's got a profile, he's been around for so long. Yeah, that's cool because that's where you start out. Because when I started out in year 1, I used to attract about 3 to 7 people in my events. Then year 2, I started attracting 7 to 10 people. Didn't grow exponentially heaps. Year 3, they started to be 10 to 15. And every year my average has grown by an extra 5 people. And this is consistently filling, as we said, we do 100 events a year. I'll probably host 50 myself and then have 50 speaking gigs. So, but the rooms and the size of my brand and awareness out there grows every single year. I bet you when we're at year 17 or did you say 17? Oh, he's been around for longer. I think he's been around for 40 years.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong. Maybe 7. Yeah, you're right. 17 years is 17 years that he's been with his last wife. I'm very confused. It's more than that.
He's been around for 40 years in business, if not, if not longer than that, because so he's, of course, he's got the worldwide following and all that sort of stuff. When you have the brand awareness and also you become a celebrity status, of course you can attract rooms of 3,000 people. But I can see that more and more people hear about me without me even noticing.
Yeah, but he started somewhere, and that's what people don't understand. A lot of people come to me, they say, "Oh, I don't want to do all these courses and events. I just want to be famous online and have passive income."
Yeah,
Passive income doesn't exist.
doesn't exist.
It's nothing passive about it.
No, because
It's
even then you
fascinating
gotta
how people want to.
even then you're going to manage the
Sorry.
sales funnels, the email marketing, to constantly produce new, fresh, new content and all of that. I know how much I've got another person in mind that was a guest of ours a month or so ago, Kat, and she's online marketing. She makes most of her revenue, let's say, through online sales and all that. And I know how hard she works and how much she hustles, as she says, to get that a revenue that she generates every single month in. So yeah, were you gonna
Yeah, absolutely.
were you gonna say something?
No,
Okay, cool. Let's go
I
into
just said yes, absolutely.
point number 3 is events and networking. I mean, the very famous line, "Your network is your net worth," is
Mm.
absolutely so true. And many people just kind of take it lightly because it's so familiar nowadays, that saying. But I
Yeah.
why we fast tracked as much as we did is that I myself, you started running events immediately pretty much and started building a network more for social purposes, wasn't it?
More to find clients for my life coaching
I
and
love
also to find friends like-minded. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful. And I started running, well, I didn't start running events till I did some workshops in the first couple of years, but really, really actively after the first couple of years. The first, though, I was investing a lot of time to go and attend other people's events, to go and attend other people's
Mm.
seminars. Whether they were low cost, mid cost, high cost, I was into everything. Like I think I had a training almost every month or every other week. There was a half day seminar, full day, a 2 3 day event. And I believe, I don't know about you, but I've always made a lot better connections, business and social wise,
Oh,
support
yeah.
networks at seminars.
Absolutely. And if I can give you a little secret that I did, I actually never share this little secret because it's it was priceless for me. And as you said, in the seminars, if it's a day course, a half day course, a 2 day course, whatever it is, you like you said, you make bigger and stronger connection. And usually people, when they finish their webinar, they feel like a strong bond. They feel like they're part of a tribe.
Yes.
And what I used to do, and I don't do that anymore because I don't attend as many courses anymore, but what I used to do is, well, guys, we are so close to each other. We don't want to lose touch. Why don't I just start a Facebook group just for us so we can keep meeting, we can keep talking to each other, we can support and implement and be accountable to each other, right? So I would always start a secret Facebook group for the event I was going to learn. And then I was the leader, so everyone will remember me. So I did that when I went to Tony Robbins. And every time I will meet someone at Tony Robbins event, there's like thousands of people. I would say, hey, let's friend on Facebook and let's join my group so we can keep in touch. And it doesn't feel like you're selling anything, but you put them in a group, and then guess what? They are in your Facebook, and then they're there. You're in their face all the time. So all those people remember me, and I don't remember them because they haven't been active or they haven't been saying anything. But I was the leader, so that was something that I used to do. That for me was priceless.
Well, that's right, because if you actually take responsibility and step up, which is the hardest thing for people, everyone wants to sit back and receive, but what you go in is with the mindset of I'll give, like I'll keep this community together. Everyone wants support and to have stay in touch with people. So you took the responsibility of setting up the group, of connecting everyone, of keeping in touch with them, and you took those steps, but most people will just sort of sit back and not take, which means that, of course, you're going to be seen, and those that admire you will either collaborate with you or become clients. Who knows? Depending on if there's a good a market message match, as we say. So there's just a comment here that I'm going to read. By the way, If there's any comments, guys, do post them up on Facebook Live. We can see you. I know you can see us through a camera on the computer screen. But Amy has written a comment saying, Nat, you've totally changed my opinion of networking these last few months. I used to avoid anything networking because I hated cold selling to people. Now I just enjoy meeting people and adding value to them and their businesses where possible. So different. Well, yeah, the mindset around networking is, I don't know about you guys, but I totally go on the mindset when I go networking or go to seminars. I go, well, what new friends am I going to meet here? Because usually
Yeah.
people like to do business with people they like, trust, and know, and it's usually from that warm feeling in your heart that you feel someone is really becoming a friend of yours, that you're becoming close to them, that you kind of get to the point of buddy kind of after you've seen each other a few times. It's then that you kind of go, I feel safe with this person, therefore I'm going to do something if that something is a good match. So I think going to events and seminars and formal networking events is one that was my fastest strategy. So I mean, these strategies
Yeah.
may not be, hey, post this up, put this offer on. These are the consistent and disciplined practices that we still to this day execute in our business day in and day out. So consistency and discipline around running events, around going out twice a week at a minimum to network with people, running our own events and seminars, continuing to build
Absolutely.
the mindset around and sales. Like the last two coffee chats we did on sales objections and selling. Well, I continue to develop, well, how can I be a better salesperson? How can I be a better marketer? And what all the things that I'm invested in prescribing for me to do so that I can see if that works or it doesn't work. So testing and measuring. So these three strategies, I think, started off with that and just continue to get me the fastest way to cash in business.
Absolutely. And it's very powerful. And so unfortunately, people are too busy or working in the business. They just, they just don't do anything but work on their computers all day. And then
Behind the
even if,
computers, I mean, hiding behind your computer is the worst thing you can do. The slowest way to
yeah,
get to cash in business.
the thing that people tell me is, all right, Francesca, I'm gonna get everything ready. I'm gonna get my website spot on. I'm gonna get all my pages spot on. I'm gonna get all my online courses done. I'm gonna get it all done, and then probably you would have spent $50,000, and then you would have nobody to sell it to. So it's the other way around. You need to build a network first before you do anything else. Even if you don't even know what type of business you're gonna do, just start making friends.
Making
That's the number one rule.
Exactly. And also, you don't need to build those things. Absolutely, I recommend always that you sell it first and then you create it.
Yes.
Anything that I did in my business, it's always pre-sales. See if there's a market out there. Do they want it? When the first person puts the deposit down, then it gets built. Even
Yes.
the planners that I designed last year and this year, I didn't create them until I put it out there. I got my inner circle to buy some so that it would be worthwhile me going through all the trouble of creating it. My ultimate 48-hour author retreats, they were only an idea and a piece of paper, a spreadsheet that was presented to my network. And when they said, yep, I'm interested, I'd attend that. And when the first person committed, I go, okay, I better come up with my systems, how I'm going to do this. So everything was all only on a piece of paper for every product program idea, the licensing I did, everything was just on a piece of paper as a proposal. And when
Absolutely.
that proposal was sold, it was only then that the legals and the products were created around it. So, yeah, and Trevor's just said you're both right, right on. So, guys, we're coming close to in 1 minute to 9:30. So, Francesca and I are coming together in a 2-day two full days because we wrote a book called Bums and Seats: How to Prepare, Promote, and Profit from Webinars, Seminars, and Retreats, and that's coming up end of October, Wednesday and Thursday. So
It's only 23 days to go.
I know, and it's going to be actually an event with up to 80 business owners. At the moment, we've sold 55 tickets, and it's going to be in Doncaster, and we'd love for you guys to come and hang out with us for 2 days. I mean, the investment in these types of events, it can easily be anywhere up to $3,000, if not more.
Oh,
Posted that
more.
more, yeah. I've just posted that link up in the chat box for people on GoToWebinar, and people on live can see. Maybe you can jot that down while actually I'll be able to post it after the call in a little live stream box. But yeah, we're coming together to deliver a whole bums on seats system. So how to profit from events, and really everything we've spoken about today is so close to our heart. But of course, we can't deliver all of the strategy in a half an hour conversation, which was only half by us. So 9 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday, sorry, 26th and 27th of October, after I've done Queensland and gone up there to hang out with her and present for the Brisbane people.
Yeah.
And we just can't wait. It's going to be a room full of high quality people. Because my authors often come along to these masterclasses to join us. And yeah, do you want to add anything to that, Francesca?
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. You know, everyone that attended our webinars or we did a couple of events live together, and everyone says the energy that we two together put in a room is outstanding, and it's so much fun, and you learn so much that your brain is gonna explode. But we're gonna give you actual tips and shortcuts to put into place to grow your business, to start networking profitably, and start fulfilling your workshops and your events. So if you are a business owner that run events and workshops, you have to come to us to learn it, because we've done it for 8 years combined, and you know, it's gonna be the best 2 days ever. So I really look forward to see you. I've got a lot of my mafia attending as well. They're flying down to Melbourne for us. We've got people from Sydney, Perth. So just there's no excuses for you. It's cheap as on purpose to get you guys all together with us for a weekend before Halloween.
Building your network, but I believe also learning some really cool stuff, because over 2 days you really build strong bonds. And Brett Dashwood's just written on Facebook Live, energy 100%. He goes, make that 1,000%. So he's just commented on there, and Amy said it's in the diary. She's coming along. She's one of my authors. So we thought we'd finish off the call on this little quote here. The opposite of networking is not working. Okay, and yes, if you don't go out there, it's all disappeared off my screen.
There you go.
My camera.
We can see you.
You can still see me, my computer. But I was trying to show the actual thing. Yeah,
we can see the quote as well.
Yeah.
And the quote is, the opposite of networking is not working. Because Natasha just showed me this today.
Hiding behind your computer at any point in your business should always be done in off-peak times. I always tell that to my clients. It's do your computer stuff behind back-end stuff in off-peak times. But when it's peak times, 9 to 5, you're in front of people, you're talking, you're hustling, you're doing all that stuff. That's why on Sunday night, last night, I spent an hour doing my bookkeeping. It's because bookkeeping is not to be done right now, right? It's Monday. Let's do this, So go out there and be with people. I'm going out. I'm attending 4 events this week. Anyway, we've got a few thank yous coming through. Amanda, thank you, Nat and Francesca. I'm in Sydney on those days. I'll get you one soon. I'm sure you will, Amanda. Video it and I'll buy it. Trevor says, we might have a live streaming version, Trevor. So we definitely always video as well. So let's see how it goes. But also, Trevor, we have got a Bums and Seats online course. So if you're interested in that, private message us. And that's probably a nice summarized way of getting the information in 12 half-an-hour modules. So I think that was probably a good option as a video, and that's available now. So I can send you a little link. This is Trevor Russell. I don't think I've ever met him. Do you know Trevor Russell?
Yes, of course. Hey, Trevor.
So you talk to him. I'll let you go. All right. So guys,
Yes.
9:35. I gotta get off. I'm got an interview in 10 minutes, but I want to grab my coffee. I hope you've enjoyed the Monday morning coffee chat. Little surprise that we came on together. And we look forward to meeting as many as you possible in 3 weeks' time. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you in 3 weeks. Well, actually, I'll see you next week now.
Have a great week.